Broadcasting television don't come for unify, sensitize, and inform Salon people home and abroad. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come. For development now we come to it. Unify, sensitize, and inform we all. For development now we nation Salon. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come. For development now we come to it. Unify, sensitize, and inform we all. For development now we nation Salon. We now independent media house. We dey here for unify, sensitize, and inform Sierra Leoneans home and abroad.
We dey here so for talk, but wetin dey happen? Political discussion.
You for know about Salon politics.
Religious messages, entertainment self no go left bien.
We no go left nothing bien no. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come. For developments now we come to it. Unify, sensitize, and inform we all. For developments now we nations.
Indeed, for development now we nations Salon. Good morning, as well go take welcome on to the 6th day of March 2026. This morning in the Broadcasting show, we go get the constitutional review. We wrap up this week with the constitutional review. We will get the Minister of Justice and also Ego can talk to we about the way forward. Honorable Alpha Cisse, now in don't champion another bill in the Parliament where 2 bills then be done there in progress. Unfortunately, the people then they ask, the nation go on no. Justice Kawan recommendation been there for let them amend the constitution. Peter Tucker self can wait for let them amend the constitution. Now we have Alpha Cisse. Is his own bill gonna be the final where it go pass in the Parliament? But again, we see where the opposition party, they don't say that they boycott. And if they boycott, the question will go ask also, if Alpha Cisse go triumph in this progress where it want make for Sierra Leone. Of course, it won't be a legacy under a name, say, na during tenure, where the constitution be reviewed. We go get more inside the show. Sierra Leoneans we based na Cambodia. Unfortunately, we don't see the war in the Middle East where they create so much tension. Even of recent, I talked to China students then, say then they in very high fear. Some don't begin to call the embassy, say they won't come. We don't see where the ambassador, before fears, they don't begin to repatriate all the people there. But students then within Cambodia, Sierra Leone based in Cambodia, they not look happy that they feel say the tourism and that of the foreign minister, don't pay heed to them. This morning we will be joined by Abu Bakar. Abu Bakar na students na Sierra Leone we based in Cambodia. He go talk to them about the ordeals and waiting and they expect the government of the Republic of Sierra Leone for do. Then get in touch with we via we Facebook page. Follow we connect them voice because according to her, he say we slogan are connecting all voices. Good morning and welcome to Unity Broadcasting. Good morning and welcome to Unity Broadcasting.
Good morning, Sierra. Good morning, everybody.
Abu Bakar, who say you they talk to we from currently?
We are currently in Cambodia.
Let we talk Creole for we listeners and let them able understand, yeah? So who say they talk to we from directly?
We are the Kingdom of Cambodia.
All right. In which capacity you in Cambodia currently?
Come again?
In which capacity you in Cambodia as me and you two they talk now?
We are not in university. We don't have university. We came here to work, but there's no job.
All right. How will I manage go to Cambodia? Not through temple run or not through government sponsor?
We get some job offer online, so we come to the job, but unfortunately the job we expect not to the job we can't meet.
What thing would have been the expect?
We expect like other job like warehouse, drivers, job, security, and other jobs.
But which kind of job una get currently, or you they do currently?
Currently we not the work because we will count their experience, so we say no, we're not going to do this kind of work.
All right, Abubakar, before we go to una ordeal, let we give we a rundown of how you manage go the hiring company way or the program where you see online, how you get in contact with them for Sierra Leoneans, because we get for channel the cases appropriately. Abubakar, you did it? Hello, Abubakar. Abubakar, you did get we? All right, it's the program now, Unity Broadcasting Morning Show. Abubakar reach out to we. It's a one for talk to the media with regards waiting and they go on. Abubakar, you did it? All right, Abubakar, tell we now waiting exactly when I want up a government for do. All right, so they try for get in touch with Abubakar. This na Unity Broadcasting Morning Show. We go take a few commercial breaks, and while we try for get back to Abubakar, I wanna stay tuned.
How you just smile for yourself so?
Ogwambom, that boku think for the Bambai, don't.
Will you self talk na ya?
Hey, nothing no sweet like. Where you don't dey keep for the Bambai, then you still get chance for take loan, but that money where you don't dey keep for the Bambai.
So you do, as you boss pan jackpot so, you don't make people payable.
This is past jackpots. Where I tell you say, Ogdombon, Amina, I don't qualify for take loan. You remember that meeting when Nasit been keep for within the informal sector?
Wait, that boku talk meeting?
Not to boku talk, it don't happen.
Wait till it happen. If you know talk, they go inside.
Hey, you know say Nasit been promise we say, Nasit not there for the one the way they work in the office no more not so. Now that's why they not come up with the Salon Informal Sector Pension Scheme. That means say, elect you a fisherman, keke rider, bike rider, marketuman, tailor, anyone now. Once that you self you they work for, or even if you they work for other person, you for they keep small in a corner for the Bambai.
But wait so, make I ask you this question. How much some man they make when they for join for the Bambai? In order you feel say go qualify?
Good question. Now it want everybody where they work in the informal sector, where all 16 years and above, for contribute to the Bambai scheme. Elect now for yourself you they work for, or even if you they work on that person, you for able for contribute elect now 5 million every day.
Left to you know how you want for the keep, if you want to keep every day or every week.
Now keep no more person go deeper. How person go benefit now?
Not so for the keep normal, but who benefits then gets long term and short term benefits. For the short term benefits, you go able to get loan or grants.
Now English you want teach me ba, or you want talk for make I understand? Now so no more person they get the loan?
No, listen first. If you don't contribute at least 5 million every day for 1 year 6 months, and that 1 year 6 months day, for that money the way you don't contribute for, now they then go pull 40%, then give you as loan.
Okay. But what about the grants, if na so you call her?
Grants na money or gift wey for the Bambai scheme go give you wey you no go pay back. Like when you don't contribute for 1 year, 6 months, then you get begging. Either you wife or man or pikin die. For the Bambai scheme go conquer begging to you and give you 1 bag grace or money will reach the 1 bag grace.
For the long-term benefits, like where you dey save for your old age, or something meet you, you no able find money for yourself again, you no able work or find money for yourself again, or you die, you left your family behind.
Which na the age wey you dey reach when they begin give you this pension?
If you don't all reach 55 years and you don't contribute for 180 months, then go give you pension so till you die. The grant under the long-term benefits, na one-off payments. They go give you grant wey almost equal to all what you don't contribute to the scheme. Then go give you 1 term and tell you goodbye.
If person get accident or is sick wey you no go able for make money again.
If you don't contribute for up to 60 months and you get evidence for sure say you sick or get accident wey go make you no able find money for yourself again or work again, you know, and you no reach 55 years yet, then go dey give you something so till you die.
If the person be don dey contribute for 60 months and die, or be don dey get retirement pension or invalidity pension and die, and get people wey dey benefit, like in wife or the person in man or pikin dem.
How dem go shape the benefit now?
The wife or wife dem or the person in man go get 40%, and the pikin dem go get 60% of the person in benefits.
Now we all don come so. Now I believe say Nasi.
All right, welcome back. The program now, Unity Broadcasting Morning Show. Unfortunately, we're not able to get on to Abubakar again. But according to the letter where he writes to me via with Facebook page, Messenger, he gets a whole lot where he puts there, where some of them really are not going to read them out for personal reasons, because the ordeal when they go through a very horrible as waiting than they expect. But again, to we brothers and sisters, we cannot do temple run. When something happen, now you come to government for let government save you, for let government come to you aid. The question where we they ask, when you been they go, you been tell Papa government say you did travel? The answer is no. Papa government responsible for your travel one? The answer is no. But again, as a country, as a nation, it is your right or your duty for let you secure your citizens then, regardless the situations where they find themselves. So Abubakar na just a brother we reach out, a Sierra Leonean brother we reach out with the plead that he wants the tourism and the foreign ministry let them intervene, as the war don't really they ravage the situation. We all know what's in the happen now in the Middle East, and this therefore also affects we where I will get for can towards that. So we only pray say we go send that letter. I go make sure say type that letter and send them na the foreign minister in affairs inbox, or I go just copy and paste on inbox. Then I deplete that. Then want the necessary authorities for let them reach out to them. Now to Sierra Leone. Yesterday, lawyer Lansana Doumbouya, the All People's Congress, then Secretary General, he been there na court again, at the magistrate court. Unfortunately, they don't adjourn the case again to the 19th of March. Well, Sierra Leoneans then they ask, waiting so grave where this case here they not go cut out. If they can able for just decide on the case, whether he's going to jail or he's going to pay a fine or whatever, that's a go fine. But delay also sometimes it cause a lot of public euphoria, and delay is dangerous. So we only pray that the government of the Republic of Sierra Leone, through the courts, the magistrate courts, then go come to a conclusion waiting at the fine, or the magistrate go using discretion as per law mandates and give out in verdict, so that Lansana Doumbouya go get in faith, he go know in faith, and he go walk out as a free man, or if not fine he pay, he go pay the fine and move on. Back to Zainab Sheriff. Zainab Sheriff, again, they don't deny and bail. They don't return back na prison. There are certain times, you know, where they can say you will put pieces inside water. They know they see you know now you where the mistake go root them. Or man they holler you name. Oh, why you can't pull these pieces? Come on here. Or where you buck your foot, you know, can know who say you for done. Now who say you for done now you they begin they wonder, but when you they stumble, you not think of them. So the repercussion of certain statements where we they make now this media, it cause so much problems for we. My sister Zainab Sheriff, the woman they don't come out, we see within the jubilate. We be one for go cover the program, but unfortunately by the time we they know now, it was late, even though we office stay very close by CID. We only pray say the woman and go continue for push, because women we had to support ourselves in as much as we, you know, we don't do bad. Like we also know say we na woman. The way we they think, not so man and they think. Sometimes hastily we make decisions, but then we regret it. And in quiet corner, there is a mice where sit down somewhere. Would they tell and say, oh God, why did I say that? I would have said something different, or I would have rephrased my statement. But unfortunately, you know, when the gun don't go, it has for let it take them back. So we they plead. We they plead to Papa government, we they plead to the IG, we they plead to the magistrates, we they plead to Sierra Leoneans. Let we all join hand as woman for support in comping woman. Let it be free. It gets a life for live. It gets a family. This is not fast month. If not for anything, let consider the fast. The fast. This is not a holy month of Ramadan. Let it come and join in family. Now 10 days they can now. We want for let that be something where these 10 days of fasting and prayer, according to the Muslim, then are the holy time that we the plead for Zainab. I they hold me heart and join other women then. If I was opportune, I would have danced with those women for Lord we free Zainab, or Lord we appeal for in free one. The only thing Lord do and the mandates of the law let not be in a form of riots. So to all women, all support group, all organizations where they support or where they talk for women, then Lord we plead for Zainab, may it be free. It go don't learn in lesson. Please, that's my own humble appeal. The controversy with lawyer Gevao and Madam Marcela Samba, apologies, I didn't mean to call the name wrongly. There is a controversy on social media. Lawyer Gevao was at a sister radio station, and according to Ram, he say the APC been the push. I quote, because I talked to Ram yesterday on via phone conversation. He said the APC been the push for let Marcela Samba be the electoral commissioner. The interviewer asked him, he said, you get proof to this? He said, yes. And to lawyer Gevao, in a lawyer where they represent the All People's Congress members, in a lawyer where then they confide in a lawyer where people then they feel say then go pass the message to them, and where he go use them also for passing out to the nation, or he go pass out to the appropriate authorities. So lawyer Gevao was being opportune with this information with Ngan. So what happened, brothers and sisters? He was on a media, and then he spilled out this information, or spill out this perception where in feel say the All People's Congress been the push to international community. And of late, we all know say the All People's Congress, they are very quick and fast to go to the international community, according to lawyer Gevao. I am quoting him. In response to that, to another sister online television, Madam Marcela Samba, we all see give a 72 hours ultimatum. But the question where Sierra Leoneans they ask, where be then almost all the social media platforms yesterday with regards to WhatsApp. Then say, why is it that the All People's Congress always they think of 72 hours, and now Marcela Samba also is talking about 72 hours? Are they in conformity of 72 hours, or is 72 hours the normal time where you they give ultimatum for to anybody? That are the question we then ask or where people then they ask. So, Madam Marcella Samba gives 72 hours ultimatum. Now, this 72 hours ultimatum, lawyer gave out say, well, he not to mind about the 72 hours ultimatum. He was going to come on the platform to do clarifications of what's he been say. He said, but because Madam Marcella Samba don't say in for retract waiting in say, because he don't lost businesses, he don't lost deals, he don't lost sign up for conferences. International Women's Day, they come on Sunday and Monday. Definitely we get for celebrate her as women. So he been don't lost most of the deals, the sign up for like a speak publicly and then platforms them. So he don't give lawyer give out 72 hours. So lawyer give out say, well, you know what he talk, you know say Marcella Samba be the push. He said the All People's Congress. So it's Marcella Samba, the All People's Congress, that's the thing way in the wait for. But in a lawyer, successful lawyer, he has made his name according to what he say. He's ready for whatever Marcella Samba say, and he wait for the injunction or he wait for the file where then go set against her. While this now Unity Broadcasting, we try for reach out to Madam Marcella Samba. Unfortunately, via phone, we probably don't know we official phone line. Not able for pick. The official phone line at 076946948. This number reached out to Madam Marcella Samba yesterday after we talked to lawyer Gival for getting inside. We're not able for reach out to Marcella Samba. Again, there is this popular businesswoman where Sierra Leoneans or Freetonians, they call her Mama of Freetown, where now Admire Bio. Admire Bio was being seen in the tabloids on Monday, that's the Monday or Tuesday, one of these days. It could be plus or minus, one of these days. Then it don't dupe a business man. So when you look at how the media they play or how people look at things, you they laugh to yourself. They laugh, say why are trajectories moving the other directions? Why are things going the other way? At first, then come then say na kush, right? Na drug it sell. But we see how the social media turn out. Many people make a lot of fame through that, but not look at and say na big deal. In a discussion we have been preview for discuss about this issue, don't consider and say an elevation, because if you don't pull an upper kush, now you don't send and say to money in that tone, well, you don't know how it feels so important. And sometimes when we give credence to things, somebody said they feel super loud and super important. So Admire Bio has been elevated from being a drug dealer or seller or pusher now to a businessman duper. So to Ram, and I believe say to other Sierra Leoneans within conformity with in lifestyle, then look at and say, well, that is an elevation. But again, to that newspaper we write the story, if you have proofs, because I believe say Admire Bio has cameras in her house. You get cameras all over in compound even before you they go. To those who have been there, I am pretty sure at the level or lifestyle where they live, she should have cameras even in sitting room for able for proof things. So if you can provide the footage of that businessman duped in my Admire in-house, it will be more than happy, and you can use that businessman, take on to the police, let him come and say so, but you writing about things where really not to colorate with the system. I don't know what's it's the brain behind or the perception or the rationale behind that writer. Maybe when I feel say when I scare for let's say, okay, I go can give una $10,000 or $1,000 or $500. I don't think she's ready for that. So the one that way they call them for retract or for let a get in statement, I'm not think she's ready for that. And you think you can find your name again on the Admire Bio? She's not ready for that. She has a platform that she can use to do whatever she wants to do. And let's face facts. if you want pull one side for put the other one, the upgrade go be so good for them, because that also going increase in brand. But again, Lord, be mindful of things that what they say. Somebody can take you to the court of law for lay proof, because in get cameras where they provide say and not get any personal deal like that with regards duping or attacking somebody in house. How could that be so gross? If somebody go do business with you, they come out there you duper, or you go attack an your house. Anyway, Sierra Leone is Sierra Leone, but it is what it is. Let's keep the fingers and the ball rolling. This is Unity Broadcasting. We are in the phase of transitioning. Sierra Leoneans, where they watch both home and abroad, some legal-minded individuals, some opposition members, but don't they talk to we in confidence, in peace, and tell we say this name they get conflicts with the Sierra Leone People's Party. I remember there was a day I invited somebody on this platform. I call him directly on a phone line, and he personally tell me, say, I know they go to that SLPP platform. I say, what do you mean? He say, how you go tell me for go sit down at Unity, mean our opposition to the core? I say, it doesn't matter. We are Unity, not because we are SLPP. He say, no, I talk fire. You know, me and to go back and forth for that try for explain here. Number one, he say, but look the house, then call an Unity house. Look the newspaper, then call an Unity newspaper. Waiting devoid of her for the Unity Broadcasting. Well, no can lie to me, but anyway, we made fun at the end of the day, you understand. But this name is having a lot of conflict of interest, and you do not want to continue. We are heading into elections. Sierra Leone, a day you see picking the chap in mama because of the not in at the same political line. Now, salon you see wife and husband they part because of politics. Now, salon you see somebody when are you personal friend, it they malice you during elections, it they sing and dance by you. We don't have political tolerance in here. For sake of that, we are in the process of trying to rebrand Unity Broadcasting, moving away from the name Unity. Now we left that name since they say na Unity, then get Unity House from the opposition point of view, then get Unity newspaper. We are moving from their name to another name. Stay tuned. This name go come out. It not go be a surprise. We want to follow now begin now say yes with the transition, but soon no transitioning. It's something we involve a lot. Transitioning as something we not only costly, but it also cost effective. It's not costly because it costly because the people that we don't trust in you. Some areas that I go, they call me Unity, just by seeing me because I'm the face of this brand. Unity, they call Unity. Some areas that they go, people don't even know me name. Oh, now that woman where they talk now Unity. So that's not the cost where we get for incur from moving from Unity to another name. But again, people where they look or follow the trend at which Unity Broadcasting through we able producer Suleiman Jallo, we don't they do because whatever he gives us is what we put out here. When I listen, you know, whatever I come and say here is what Suleiman's my producer gives me to talk. Anything when I see her talk now, if not to wait till you approve, I will not. Well, sometimes we can get plus or minus for shaper in a way where the public will resonate with her. So, but whatever he gives me is what I come here and say. So, in that case, it has been a great 3, 4, 5. This is our 6 months of existence. But the good thing I'm happy about what is going on, both wings are scared of Unity Broadcasting. When I use the word both wings, the left wing, they look at and say, oh, we don't trust them. The right wing, they look at and say, oh, we don't trust them because we are taking a mid part. And that mid part is what is Sierra Leone. Trust me, we go do them. We go do them. In my early submission, where we launch, I told every Sierra Leoneans that Unity Broadcasting will not be a mouthpiece for any political party. And I will continue to stand by that. So the new name where they go, that will not be a mouthpiece to any political party. We will not follow the agenda of any political party as against the nation. However, we are Sierra Leoneans. somebody go talk say, oh, you na Mende, na LCPP you go align with. Oh, you na Timini, na APC you go align with. Now we left this kind of tag and regionalism tags who they put on Sierra Leonean state. That is my advice, and moving forward, we are here to serve the nation. Every voice has counted on here. Somebody called me, even though he did temple run, we tried to amplify his voice so that the nation, the country, the appropriate authorities go able for understand them plight and find a way for repatriate them to this nation. This is Unity Broadcasting. We see a press release from the policeman then. The policeman then wants for less Okada riders, then they put helmets on. You know, sometimes when we say the nation, we have a nation that is very difficult. Are they feel them for the one the way they come up? Actually, the young breeds, the way wants for take the helm of power. Why I say the young breeds, those that are in their youthful age. The old guards sometimes can push hard, can stand firm. But Salona, a nation, a country, well, so disclaimer, I not hate or I not there against any new guard coming on board. Let me make it clear. But we have a nation that is very difficult to rule. Sierra Leone is so difficult for rule. Any small thing you do, they don't put on politics. You do the other one, then put on politics. You try frustrating the system, then put on politics. Dirty day na streets, then say, oh, now because now this person they do and they hate them, they're not for correct them. There is no checks and balance. So now the policeman then make a press release. Anybody where they drive Okada, it no puts helmets na it let no say it just gets in safe, you know, fine or arrested. Same way so the one the way they drive then taxi then or motorcar then where you sit down at the front, you for wear seat belts. If you know the effects or the advantage of those seat belts and Okada helmets, then you go be grateful. When you fall down, you score crack. It's so dangerous. Yesterday now I see my nephew come inside the studio, plastered all over. I say now Okada Hiba. I was like, Jesus. He was bruised all over his body. So assuming na in head he be hit, Ingo feel say na just hate that it gets right. But sometimes na hemorrhage when I bleed inside the brain, they go end up for die just like that. So we also waking sit down behind then Okada there. Now we learn for the take helmets. Yes, I go get me fine hairstyle. But if you don't want to let your hairstyle crap up, go look for motorcar or look for keke and ride inside. So we the car riders, if you use a helmet, trust me, it's good for you. The helmets go help you. Why I say it go help you? Because if there is a tension where you go further, that helmet they brace you back. You don't want to let that airbag bust and let it cause problem for you. Even though it better let it bust, it save you than it not gets at all. Some motorcar they drive this na salon and they even dismantle the airbag. That airbag na you lifesaver to the highest degree. If that airbag deploy, it go either save you. But with salon, you know, it's hard to talk. Trust me. Let's grant the law. I remember this morning while they come, that he's by model that shortcut where they take Cambos na Sakila Road. There is this driver. He was going into the wrong direction. Why is we they can we on lane? He left in own lane. But the driver we been there before me, he was driving a Land Cruiser. He couldn't allow him at all. It was a match. Now so before one pass on the other side, the driver passed it. One pass on the other side for let the driver pass. The one way na in own right, he didn't allow him. He had to reverse until he reached Sakila Road, a turn. So those that we are standing, the onlookers, being get for clap. Oh, driver, thank you. If Salon can, we all can take this line, this kind way. It go fine for we. The program now, Unity Broadcasting Morning Show, lawlessness to the highest degree, Sierra Leoneans they try for going to run. But the country that is difficult to rule, we also see, let's hope and pray that things doesn't go the way we Sierra Leoneans they know they expect. We'll take a quick commercial break and we will come back. We will try for get we guests in. Wanna stay tuned.
Do you want to enjoy the much needed fiber internet facility for both home, office, and business growth? Then Fastnet Sierra Leone is your answer. Fastnet SL Limited offers you unlimited network with seamless opportunity to surf the internet anyhow with an affordable money to pay for. Our service is fast like a flash, and our bandwidth is the best in Sierra Leone. With Fastnet, your internet doubt is over forever. Also with Fastnet, you will love to enjoy the world of digital reality as much as you can. We are service oriented, customer friendly, and we are here to give you the best out of the rest. We are located at Madungo Town, opposite Water Street off Congo Cross in Freetown. For more inquiries, you can contact us on 079-834047, 074-982-125. Fastnet always.
All soul na God you. Papa soul, mama soul, pikin soul, na you know. But the soul wey sin, na him go die. Turn you heart, make you live.
2026.
The Don Christian Fellowship Church Sierra Leone will celebrate their annual International Bible Conference with the theme Kingdom Soul, wey come on at the book of Ezekiel, chapter 18, verse 4.
Sunday, the 8th March, will be the 10:30 service, 9 o'clock na morning, right na the Don Christian Fellowship Church, Service Junction. Not up there, we go get revival services from the 8th March to the 12th of March, and that will take place 7 o'clock evening every day.
We also dey get seminar service dem from the 9th March 2026 to the 12th of March 2026 every morning 9 o'clock.
And the month of Godhead, we need to accomplish this wonderful international Bible conference now.
Pastor Director Moskin from the USA.
Pastor Putado from Ghana.
Pastor Aiba Sheyi from Kiniman.
Pastor Ceci Ojis from Kabbalah.
Pastor Edward Sambul, turn you out, make you live.
Connected. Do you want to enjoy the much needed fiber internet facility for both home, office, and business growth? Then Fastnet Sierra Leone is your answer. Fastnet SL Limited offers you unlimited network with seamless opportunity to surf the internet anyhow with an affordable money to pay for. Our service is fast like a flash, and our bandwidth is the best in Sierra Leone. With Fastnet, your internet doubt is over forever. Also with Fastnet, you will love to enjoy the world of digital reality as much as you can. We are service oriented, customer friendly, and we are here to give you the best out of the rest. We are located at Madungo Town, opposite Water Street off Congo Cross.
Welcome back to program now Unity Broadcasting Morning Show. As to the wrap up the week, currently we are inside the studio with the Minister of Justice and the Attorney General for the Republic of Sierra Leone. In your name, now Honorable Alpha Cisse, Idea follow wrap up the week with the constitutional review talk. We all don't see how this don't be a talk on social media, and as a media house, we'll reach out to her and insert grant with this interview. Good morning and welcome to Unity Broadcasting, sir.
Good morning, great for dinner, Yaso. First time coming to Unity Broadcasting. It's a pleasure for being at the studio this morning with Una, and an honor for talk to the people of Salone. I'm through Unity Broadcasting, where I can like for say doing this not part of waiting we owe the people we don't commit we serve for serve.
All right, thank you so much. And I will ask you an aside question, but when we wrap up, that are personal questions with regards Unity Broadcasting. So, AG, citizens go remember, say, the 1991 Constitution don't go through two major attempts. One was the Justice Kawan, and the other one at the Peter Tucker. And now we don't see the Alpha Cisse. How you go able to give confidence to Sierra Leoneans that the Justice Kawan with them be tried, the Peter Tucker with them be tried? Some man saying that politics be make they're not able for pass or them executive powers then where presidents then for relinquish, now that make them not able for torture. In this young bill, this 2025 bill, Alpha Cisse, would you assure the public say then to them will not be passed, you don't go able for tailored and be a thing of a pass for we constitution?
Well, thank you very much, Elizabeth, for that question there. Firstly, enough for note say, when we talk about a national constitution, we the lawyers and elect for say at the ground norm, not the country, or as we go say ordinarily, not the supreme law at the country. Constitution, a document we supposed for serve everybody. A document we supposed for outlive me and you too. So not to document we for prepare with a political lens. I not feel say any interest group, any political party, any government for really be interested in putting provisions in there with a survey interest. Because governments they change. And if you put something there for survey interest, when they're in governance tomorrow, it will work against your interest. So you don't want to do a constitution like that. A constitution na a national document. All other laws where they develop na the country and implement, they feed from the constitution because they're not supposed for contradict the constitution. So now that make we in government believe say the politics for be taken out of the constitutional review process, and then make we take them as a national agenda, something we tied to we progress, or like how the Truth and Reconciliation Commission may say, get a constitution we will reflect the views and aspirations of the people of this country for a peaceful and democratic society we tied to national development. That's not how we look at this constitutional review process. And really, I can say, sometimes people can look for talk about with divisions in this country also. Sometimes people can look for point to the fact, say, when one government say this, another government will come say something else. Or when one political party say this, another political party say something different. I can look for say, the constitutional review, I think one thing and the way we all agree on. I can look for say now an example of continuity in government. Because really since the time we signed the Lome Peace Agreement, we will put in Article 10 of the agreement, say we will revise the 1991 Constitution. Because we don't come out of war. And then realize say we be need for put systems in place for make no backslide into South Comot. And then we come to the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. We also make recommendations, say, this constitution, we need for revise them and come up with something will reflect the views and aspirations of the people of this country also for a peaceful and democratic society. When then two processes then they kick in, we actually see, say, since the war came to an end, we don't get three governments. Each government don't take step for move this process forward. From late President Kaba, in time we set up the Peter Tucker Constitutional Review Committee. We do some work on this and submit a report. To the government of former President Nkrumah, we set up the Edmund Cowan Constitutional Review Committee. Where that committee they work from 2013 to 2017 and submit report to former President Nkrumah. So now, President Bio, we don't say this process also for be taken to completion. But instead of reopening the process afresh, they say the work within two processes and they be not do before them. Especially the report where Justice Edmund Cowan and the other members of the committee do 80 members. They look at the Peter Tucker report and then they undertake broad consultations, over 10,000 public consultations in this country, over 150 position papers, distribute over 70,000 forms, engage extensively, get about 80 expert engagements on key constitutional issues, look at best practices in the region, and present a document. So President Bio saying that work was extensive enough. So make we go to that report and use the recommendations in that report for take this process to completion. So you see, say all three governments since the war come to an end, don't take step for move this process forward. So that really tell you, say, this is one thing where we all agree on. Say, this constitution, the 1991 constitution, we need for revise them, we need for take them to completion. And that is why the government don't commit saying this process we don't run for over 20 years, could finally be taken to completion in what will become a new and improved constitution for the people of this country, one way we will call people-centered.
All right, why should they call them people-centered? So the ordinary viewers where they watch, then go one know the Peter Tucker and Edward Justice Kawan. Which of them two you get for really bank on for make sure this union come to a pass? What I mean bank on the own recommendations and the your own recommendations. Which one you really put inside this review? Well,
so what we don't do, I'm glad we asked that question there. One of not say, you know, me as Attorney General not really get any specific recommendations in this. The Peter Tucker Constitutional Review Committee now in the informed government policy, because when former President Nkrumah been set up the Edmund Kawan Constitutional Review Committee, they been given 2 mandates. One now for review the Peter Tucker Committee report, and then for undertake consultations across the country and make recommendations for waiting the revised constitution for look like. So the Kawan process we now already subsume the Peter Tucker report. So waiting we operate with right now the Kawan process. So now that might inform the 2017 white paper with the former government being issued, and then the 2021 white paper where we can say now be an update or an upgrade to the 2017 white paper, accept more recommendations. That now really inform this process. But then we get an addition along the way. Remember, say there was an agreement for national unity where the government being signed with the opposition APC after the 2023 election. And resolution 3 of the agreement for national unity being provided for the tripartite committee. The tripartite committee, after 6 months, made 80 recommendations on key elections related issues. Get for do with some of the institutions and where they manage the conduct of elections, some legislation then where they manage the conduct of elections. But the tripartite committee may also get some recommendations will require constitutional amendments. So waiting we do as government, as part of government commitment to that process, now before say their recommendations and they we require constitutional amendments, make we include them into the broader constitutional review process. But then we get for do with elections. And so we look at the current recommendations and then see the one that we been get for do with elections. We say make we put them into one. So we prepared what we call a guidance note. In that guidance note there, we lay out waiting the recommendations where the current committee make we touch on elections, and the recommendations from the tripartite committee we also get for do with elections. Now when we put that document together, we see say several of the proposals then align. For example, the current Constitutional Review Committee been proposed to forget fixed date for elections. That align with a recommendation where the tripartite committee make. If you look, then be one of the recommendations we accept now the white paper. If you look at the white paper, there's also a proposal say we move from 55% threshold and come down. If you look at the tripartite recommendations, INSEF recommends say we move from that 55% threshold there. If you look at the Kawan and white paper recommendations, it talks say the provisions inside the Giwi Act we say elected positions minimum 30% for be occupied by women. The same recommendation come out of the tripartite process. So you see say a lot of the recommendations are aligned, and then you get some where the Kawan committee proposed where not in at the tripartite report. You get some where the tripartite committee proposed where not in at the Kawan report. But then you don't really get proposals where they conflict or contradict each other. So we blend all of that into one. That now we don't put into that bill. So that make we don't be very clear for saying, if you look at the bill we get for do with elections, that not to the whole constitutional review process. We only take this bill because elections and reforms we get for do with elections time sensitive. We say, well, the broader constitutional review process is going to take time. It's going to lead us to a referendum. So make we take out the elections related proposals now, make them one and they go through parliament, and then make them inform how we will conduct elections in 2028. So that bill we take to parliament, we get a privilege, engage members of parliament and the public, they ask questions. We don't do the first reading at parliament. We don't call on members of the public for also submit position papers on the bill, and we don't receive plenty. That bill gets only two sources: the Cowan report and the tripartite recommendations. No new thing no day where government introduce. Yes, there are things where government modify, which is acceptable. They are not set in stone. I make any parliament with the hope say this inclusive process, this broadly participatory process, will give a chance for make we say waiting will eventually come out of parliament at the end of this process will be significantly better than waiting don't go into parliament. So now that's 9 days before parliament now.
All right, the program now, Unity Broadcasting Morning Show, are they inside the studio with the Honorable Justice Minister and Attorney General for make we talk about the constitutional review. Honorable, now we don't see the bill done table in the parliament once, where you said don't make mention. Which specific steps now will remain for the ordinary citizens for begin to cast and vote inside the referendum where you talk about?
So here's what thing for happen. For this bill within a parliament, almost all of the provisions, the proposals within inside are non-entrenched clauses. There were two proposals in there where touch on entrenched clauses in the Constitution, Section 85 and Section 87. And the Constitution say when you seek for amend an entrenched clause in the Constitution, one parliament get for vote, it get for pass parliament by 2/3 majority vote, and after that it will go into a referendum. Now we been get different views about how we interpret Section 108 of the Constitution, that is whether entrenched and non-entrenched proposals go there inside the same bill. We get people we don't express the view saying then your reading of the Constitution is that the entrenched and non-entrenched cannot be in the same space. That is procedure. It's not worth a fight. Enough worth the yagba. So we will work with Parliament for CCA, the non-entrenched, no, the entrenched provisions, then two provisions then they be taken out of this process. And then waiting go left, now the non-entrenched proposals, we don't do the first reading. And then we'll get discussions with Parliament. We don't encourage members of the public for submit position papers. A lot of people don't submit position papers. Then position papers, they go enrich the discussion at Parliament. And then there'll be a second reading. And then there'll be a vote. And then there'll be a third reading. And then a vote. At that point, if them votes and they meet the 2/3 threshold in Parliament, waiting go left for that process. Now the presidential assent for make the president sign and agree with what in Parliament don't produce. And then one and they will become part of the Constitution. But then we go move now into the broader constitutional review process. We go include how we strengthen the human rights provisions in the Constitution. Chapter 3. How we strengthen the independence of the judiciary in the Constitution. How we take on the proposals with the Cowan Committee make for introduce certain new chapters in the Constitution. A new chapter we get for do with citizenship. A new chapter we get for do with decentralization or local governance. A new chapter we get for do with public service. A new chapter we get for do with national security. A new chapter we get for do with land governance or natural resources or the environment. Now, several entrenched clauses they will be reviewed in that exercise done at the second phase. When we count, it's more than 20 entrenched clauses. But then there will be new chapters. And then there will be several other provisions which will be amended. So waiting we see in this process now that the nature and character of the 1991 constitution got on change so much that this will be called a new and improved constitution. And again, inside section 108, a very clear say, when a new constitution, just like where you want to amend entrenched clauses, when a new constitution, you get for take them to a referendum. So all of that get for be packaged into a bill, one bill, we get for go back na parliament. You go na parliament again, we'll go through the same process. A first reading, a second reading, a third reading, and parliament vote. If the vote meets the 2/3 threshold we required in the constitution, then that entire package now, because it is a new constitution, will move to a referendum wherein all registered voters or all persons of voting age will register within a voter register will now vote in the referendum day. We will be a yes or no vote whether we agree or disagree with the new constitution. So we'll bring the public along. We'll make sure say we get extensive engagements across this country. We'll make sure say we get extensive engagement with various interest groups. We'll make sure say it's not only public information. As my brother Minister Siba, the Minister of Information and Civic Education, can like for correct me. This is going to be public education. This is going to be extensive public engagement, wherein we are not only taking information to the public, but we're getting feedback from the public. We're having discussions with the public, like what we've been getting recently in Kono. Very enriching engagement with the people of Kono. We're going to do all of that across the country because we want make people understand and own this process. So when we go into that referendum day, you're well informed on whether for vote yes or no. With the hope say people go vote yes, and when people vote yes, that really go bring this process we don't run for more than 20 years to a close. We will go say, as we man and woman in the area can say, this game here finally we go done them.
Why so they wait for done this game, Honorable Minister? You don't emphasize say the bill na people's documents in your submission. Now, to me and see within a village we don't know formal education or no sabi read and write. How you get for ensure say this draft here then will be genuinely reflected?
Well, you know, the point is that we'll go for look at the, you know, we're happy for discuss the provisions, but you know, when we talk about this public education, of course, we'll go for make sure say we do them in languages where and people go understand. You know, people na the last mile, you know, whether na the people within a Falaba or na the people within na Kwendu. We go make sure say, you know, we do this in languages where people understand. But you know, it's not only saying this like constitution. We go really make people understand what this mean for them. The fact say this new constitution go make education a justiciable right. Basic education, free basic and compulsory education go be made a justiciable right inside this new constitution. Nothing than they will benefit the people them na the last mile. Already we see when government introduced a free quality education, we see the numbers. The data shows say you get over 1.5 million people without the free education, they don't drop out of school. So you want to cement that investment, say, make it in the constitution, so government no go change them. Make it be say this not a right we people are entitled to. And when you invest in education, you know within now the impact. Lead to job creation. It basically means citizens able to participate more in the decision-making process in the country. Matter of fact, when the National Women's Conference, the women's group in this country, when they submit the women's manifesto, then one of the things that we don't recommend, say basic education for be free because it impact women them significantly. That's people-centered. Health will be made a justiciable right. It will be a right where we all entitled to. It will be a service with government supposed for provide for the people of this country. Not only people in a Freetown or people in a Boo, but people we will say the last mile in this country also. That is people centered. That is having a constitution where they respond to the needs of the people. The new constitution will reduce executive power with a new chapter, a standalone chapter on decentralization on local government. The new constitution is seek for put a lot of power or governance at the doorsteps of the people. And then when you get that kind of system there, you get structures at local and community level where really they respond to the developmental needs and aspirations of the people in the communities, and that is people centered. The new constitution will highlight the importance of various justice delivery mechanisms. Of course, it will strengthen the independence of the court. It will talk about having an increased number of judges, but then the constitution will also cement the role where alternative dispute resolution they play in the justice process. So basically that means we get a justice system where we not just design for say, talk case between two people or between the state and members of the public. It means now we're in a position for roll out various alternative justice delivery mechanisms, whether na additional deployment of community paralegals or whether na strengthening mediation as a dispute resolution mechanism and deploying our communities as a way for strengthening access to justice. So that way we get a system where they really respond to people and needs them. Because I can like for say justice na service where government supposed for provide to the people of this country. Just like where you go to hospital, just like where you get need for energy, just like where you go to school where government supposed for provide basic education, or like where you go to hospital, you go for headache, another person go for belly heart, another person go for surgery, another person go for back pain. When we roll out various alternative dispute resolution mechanisms, it means we accept say people and justice needs them different. And we roll out various mechanisms where they respond to their unique justice needs, and the constitution will provide for all of that. That means say the constitution actually people centered. So there are a range of examples where the inside for the first time we'll get a constitution where really they lay out the crucial role where with natural resources they play, and the impact of the natural resources, and they not only in Freetown or Bo or Kenema. Again, now people where they live at the last mile, and ensure say we harness with natural resources in a way that it really deliver development for the people of this country also. That is people-centered development. So really this constitution also we're proud for saying it will be people-centered. It will be one we will reflect the views and aspirations of the people of this country, as the TRC say, for a peaceful, democratic society, we connected to national development.
All right, the program now, Unity Broadcasting Morning Show. Honorable, now we talk a little bit outside, we talk about politics. So the layman, you propose the 50+1. The question we're going to ask, this is really realistic for reflects the broad national support and votes?
Well, the point is
from 55 to 50 points.
So one of not say really when they talk about elections and constitutions or legislation, they also good for look at best practice. The system, and this is not only me, right? When they talk about recommendations made in the Kawan exercise in the white paper, and the tripartite committee, after engagements across the country, after looking at best practices in the region, really we're not the only country we still get the 55% threshold.
So you want to say Ghana and Nigeria, they all don't?
No, they don't get them. Okay. Look at we neighbors them across the country. Some countries we very specific say you hit 50% plus. Some country we go inside the constitution and call it super majority. Some country they will call it simple majority. So waiting we don't propose looking at all of this, and after engagements across the country, we say yes, we'll move away from simple majority. Now the proposal in the bill no means you eliminate runoff completely, but substantially you reduce the likelihood of getting into runoff, because runoffs don't become costly. But this is not only about reducing the threshold, and this is not Alpha CC's idea. This now recommendation we don't come out of two processes. We will just put in the bill. But waiting the tripartite committee, they recommend now that make we also invest in keeping the country together. And so that make the tripartite committee being recommend say, in addition to that majority the way you go get, make we also make a requirement say for pull a minimum amount of votes, a specific number of voting districts. The tripartite committee they say 25%. So in addition to the majority we forget, you will also get a minimum 25%, now half of the voting districts. So we get 16 voting districts, right? Western urban, western rural, and then we get 14 outside Freetown. So the tripartite committee recommends say, yes, you get that majority there, but you forget minimum 25%, now at least 8 of the voting districts. I don't hear people that don't say, oh, na system then they will only apply in a federation because Nigeria a federation, so then get them. No, Kenya not a federation, but Kenya get them. And Kenya was also informed by the disagreement which been come out of the 2007 election. So then get a proposal, you get a minimum threshold, we from it now half of the counties, then calling counties. So tripartite committee been recommend say, more get minimum 25%, now half of the voting district, because the committee been feel say, if you just left and so for the majority, any party can just rely on a stronghold for get them votes and win. And you don't want the country elect in leaders that way. So, but when we look at them much later, we realize that doesn't solve the problem. Because if you say 8 of the voting district, we realize say after western rural and western urban, you go outside Freetown, you get 7 districts in the southeast, you get 7 districts in the northwest. So if not just for the 2 dominant parties, then probably still able to run the numbers just by their own stronghold. That is why we propose in the bill say we reduce them now from 25%, but we broaden the scope. Instead of half of the voting district, we say 2/3 of the voting district. Now in 16 districts, half now 8. But if you say 2/3, now 11. So that really means say each party or each candidate will be pushed for move to the other side, move outside his stronghold and get that support there. Because we feel say when you do that, the concern where people can get about moving away from the 55% threshold go don't be addressed, because you get a broad spread for a candidate or a party. So which means for the APC, in addition to getting that 20% minimum now western area and then all the districts at the northwest, they will also need additional districts at the southeast. For the SLPP, in addition to western rural and western urban, they can get the numbers at the southeast, but they also need.
So, Honorable, Nada make ask, because other political parties, I remember one time we host the NDA Naya, and with also the PDP, they say it's not really realistic, because now way you want fend for this, the constitution disenfranchise them, because if you go, for example, na bonds, UDM go talk say they not get full support na bonds, and maybe they are hostile to them according to the claims what they may do. So they're not able to get that threshold. So you make ask if you say this is really realistic or not something or they get everything.
Well, not for every district.
Okay.
Now make we say 2/3. In fact, tripartite we say half. So we're not saying, look, it's not realistic for make the political parties, based on the way we system structured, for me to get that threshold in all the districts. So that make we not say all. Now that make tripartite say half, but then like I say, when we rethink them, we say make it be 2/3. But look, this is not set in stone. This is a proposal. We don't make to Parliament, and Parliament don't call for people for submit position papers. Look, already when we read the position papers, because they submitted to Parliament, but then my office they be copied. When we read the position papers, we see people and they we feel say it will cause confusion in the electoral system. People and they we feel say we for just go like how some other countries and go, for example, if you go Liberia, then just get some 50+1. You understand? People and say we for just left from that way there. So I think the Parliament will capture all of them views and they Parliament now we elected representatives. Then self they get engagement with them constituents them at the various districts them, and then all of them views and they will be reflected in the decision making. If at the end of the day the people and views now that this causes confusion, and Parliament self after the engagement feel say this cause confusion or it go create complications for certain political parties, and then feel say we for just go with the 50+1. Look, government has no strong position on this. Government in proposal, which is what government is responsible for. Now, for make sure you propose something if it's work for the country. But government in action, subject to parliamentary oversight. So that is why we will engage. And if at the end of the day, the views will come out now that we are better off going with 50+1 or we're better off staying with 55%, that is fine. It's about waiting the people of this country want. It's about waiting we elected representatives also say then for do as reflected in the views of the constituents.
All right, the program now Unity Broadcasting Morning Show. We did take a quick commercial break and we'll come. We go ask Honorable waiting a feel about the opposition and boycott as to the bill we in a parliament now. On a state.
Do you want to enjoy the much needed fiber internet facility for both home, office, and business growth? Then Fastnet Sierra Leone is your answer. Fastnet SL Limited offers you unlimited network with seamless opportunity to surf the internet anyhow with an affordable money to pay for. Our service is fast like a flash and our bandwidth is the best in Sierra Leone. With Fastnet, your internet doubt is over forever. Also with Fastnet, you will love to enjoy the world of digital reality as much as you can. We are service oriented, customer friendly, and we are here to give you the best out of the rest. We are located at Madungo Town, opposite Water Street off Congo Cross in Freetown. For more inquiries, you can contact us on 079-834047, 074-982.
All right, welcome back. The program now Unity Broadcasting Morning Show. Now, Honorable, you don't tailor the bill in Parliament one time where the reading don't go through. We see the opposition don't say, then the boycotts. And for able to achieve or realize this goal, you need all hands on deck. You optimistic say this bill will move to the next reading where the opposition are in a parliament?
Yes. Not when the opposition are in a parliament. I believe the opposition will be back in parliament. Because I believe the opposition go consider the responsibility we they owe to the people we elect them. I believe the opposition go also realize dialogue holding the system accountable better than boycott. I believe the opposition go back to waiting former President Nkrumah been say na parliament in one of addresses na state opening where it say the one members of parliament against boycotts. That the days of boycotts in this country don't pass. That these are the days of engagement. That boycotts they serve the interest of the people we elect them for come na parliament. So I believe say noting the respect where the opposition get for the former president and the former leader, then go take that advice there and no say the advice where former President Nkrumah Bingi important or apply today like how it be applied in those years. I believe say the opposition go look at section 35 of the constitution and accept say political parties them functions in this country also plenty, then go beyond just winning elections, then go beyond just fielding candidates. But then for no say political parties their role include for shape the governance space, for take part in the development of this country, for contribute to political pluralism in this country also. I really believe say the opposition go pay attention to all of that and be back na parliament and really accept say the president has not done anything unlawful, that the president has acted within the provisions of the constitution, the powers with the constitution give for make appointment to certain offices using laid down procedures. And I really feel say we need for commend the president, because this whole thing don't stem out of the appointment of the chief electoral commissioner. The constitution very clear about who that get that power. Now the constitution not create any room for make me and you to think for the president. So that is why when appointments can come out, you can say it don't please the president, because now in judgment, that is why we elect presidents. When the people elect president, now trust, we put decision making power in our hand, because we tell and say we trust you for make you make decision for we picking an education. We trust you for make you make decision for we all with safety now this country yasu. We trust you for make you drive an agenda we go make we grow as a country, we go make we develop as a country, we go make me to work na money we can't work, we able get something in our pockets and able to take care of our families. When we elect a president, that trust they will put in them. So that is why when they make their appointments here, so they do so in your wisdom and stay within the ambits of the law. Now, the practice in this country in the past don't be sometimes, the president can just inform the other parties, say, I didn't appoint this person as chief electoral commissioner. They even wait for them feedback. But this time around, the president decides, say, why is the constitution not define waiting a consultation? Because the constitution say you go appoint the chief electoral commissioner after consultation with the leaders of the registered political parties. Why is the constitution not define waiting a consultation? And so sometimes some leaders they don't say, you just inform the other person. Some leaders say you get engagement with the other person. This time round, the president decides, say, he put them in writing. So he gets in office for rights to the leaders of the political parties and ask them for written feedback. And 14 of the parties provide written feedback. Now, of course, 2 of those parties state opposing views on the choice. 12 of those parties agree with the president. All day in writing. Now somebody could say the 12 parties are smaller parties. The main opposition no agree. You know, with system, if the intention of the framers of the constitution now been for make the main opposition in voice carry more weight in this than for don't say so. But then say the leaders of registered political parties. Then because then term to the system of elections where we get in this country when a one man or one woman, one vote. That's what our system is built on. So the vote of the lawyer or the medical doctor, it carry the same weight like the vote of the Makitu man or the Okada rider or the Keke rider. So make we note that. So that is waiting don't really happen in this process here. So I really hope say, you know, the opposition will consider all of this and be back in parliament, be back in the councils, and not say this work here so and for the people when they do them. So be confident. Say we will sort this out, and the opposition will be back in parliament, and we all go on this process here. So because the process will all long carry along.
Honorable Minister, from your legal point of view or background, this appointment where the All People's Congress insist say if the president no reverse them of day before yesterday I read a press release from the Secretary General we say then go continue for stay back until Edmund Sylvester Alpha vacates. He used that word vacates the position. You feel say na something where doable that Edmund Alpha get for vacates the position before the opposition can parliament?
Well, I don't know what that means. Say for make Edmund Alpha vacate. I just know say at this point, now that Edmund Alpha don't be appointed, now that it don't go through parliament, it don't be sworn in, for make the president safe attempt for remove Edmund Alpha, that now will be unconstitutional. Because the president, the constitution will give the power to the president for just remove the chief electoral commissioner. He cannot.
So now it's only resignation from Edmund Alpha.
Well, that's up to Edmund Alpha. That now would be between the APC and Edmund Alpha. But as far as the presidency is concerned, the president don't act within the law. And to even ask him for withdraw Edmund Alpha, you'll be asking him to sack Edmund Alpha, where the constitution will give power for. There are only laid out conditions under which the person will be removed from office. And so if then conditions then they not apply, the president at this point not go able for even withdraw or remove Edmund Alpha. That at this point will be unconstitutional. That is where we are now.
Right, Minister, we look at Section 108 of the Entrenched Clause, where to some extent it's very difficult for making change. If we say Chapter 4 of that Entrenched Clause, where give the President executive powers for do then kind of thing here. Now, inside this new bill, or this new bill we don't tell on a parliament, is this something where this executive powers, Chapter 4, go change, or wanna go do something towards it?
No, well, what's what they do now that a lot of the I make a discussion broadly, you know, in the constitution. A lot of the executive power they be reduced. Like I say, we will put in a new chapter on decentralization or local government. We will put a lot of we will really decentralize authority, or put a lot of authority in the hands of local councils. So that will take away from the presidency. For example, the constitution right now, the part where they set date for election are the president after 5 years. So the date actually for the conduct of the election are presenting discretion after those 5 years. We don't do, you can see plus or minus 3 months as required in the constitution. But a president can just drag the process. A president can decide, say, this election, so me, I want to make it happen on my birthday, or I make it happen on my wedding anniversary. Yeah. We don't want that to happen. Last time, remember, say, in fact, the former president, the process dragged for 1 year before we get a date for election. We don't want that, and that is why this constitution now, the bill they propose say make we get a fixed date for elections. That way you remove them from the presidency. It then at the constitution it's predictable. We prepare for that date. The president will change them. That is why in this bill we propose from the tripartite process, see, going forward, once this bill become part of the constitution, for appoint the chief electoral commissioner or other commissioners, make it not rest in the hands of the president alone, make it be done through a search and nominating committee. We will vet candidates and recommend a short list of 3 persons for chief electoral commissioner to the president for make a choose from. That now part of an effort for reduce executive power in this country also. So there are several such, we go cut across the constitution. But specifically when it comes to amending certain sections of the constitution, it not go rest with parliament and the president alone. The constitution very clear, several of the provisions, once they're entrenched, then go to the people. We will also get a say in determining whether those provisions will be amended in the constitution or whether the constitution itself will be changed in whole, and that the process we will follow.
All right, Mr. Minister, whilst we did in 2023 elections, where according to the opposition, they say it was highly, then say not then win. Then the tripartites come in with recommendations. Those recommendations are yet to be implemented. Then we now see the president we'll not see the wait for those recommendations, but we don't go appoint Sylvester Edmond Alpha. So Sierra Leoneans then go consider and say it's a rush. As a lawyer, if you say a rush,
so make I address that point there. So the appointment of the chief electoral commissioner, now recommendation 36 in the tripartite report.
Okay.
The tripartite report or the tripartite exercise was not only about that. The tripartite report make 80 recommendations. 80 recommendations will for shape the way we conduct elections in this country. Several of them are the name of this bill, so several of them go make way into the Public Elections Act. Others go make way into the Political Parties Act. Others go make way, go see how we restructure SLBC, IMC Act, how we define, cyber crime or cyber security law in this country. So some of them go get for do with how ECSL function, the institutional makeup, the way we handle voter registration, the way we handle results management, etc., etc. So it's extensive. So if we try to tie the tripartite recommendations only to this issue, we miss out on all the other very good things them where the tripartite report recommends say we for do for make us strengthen with electoral architecture in this country. So I can look for say eyes on the ball. Eyes on the ball. Now focus on this and then you miss out on the bigger picture. Right? Now government very committed to implementing all of them recommendations here soon. That is why for the first time government say okay, more subject ECSL to a functional management review. We happen through the PSRU and IFES, International Federation for Electoral Systems. Then come and do a functional management review. That report there, and that is also really one reason we make the president say ECSL need a permanent leadership. So somebody go there for take responsibility for roll out the recommendations we come out of the functional management review day. Several of the other recommendations there, we get for continue for implement. But one thing they we are for make clear, the recommendations in the tripartite report were not in any way designed or meant for put a hold on the application of the current constitution. You only alter the application of the current constitution when you amend the law. So I think we could be very clear. So until the law is amended, the current constitution now in the apply. And so that is why we say the president has not done anything unlawful. He has not done anything
But Minister,
illegal.
why you not self na lawyers then? You specifically, una all with this tripartite una be don't talk. Una not be allowed to go na parliament for ratification. Up to now, it just sound like a goodwill agreement.
Well, it was never a proposal in the tripartite agreement say this for go parliament. It was never in the agreement. You know, the point is, yes, now recommendations. I know some people don't try for apply compare them to the Lome Peace Agreement. Well and good. The Lome Peace Agreement being very specific. Say the agreement go through parliamentary ratification, and that is why we've been get the Lome Peace Agreement Ratification Act. In line with, you know, the Constitution, Section 40. You understand? We're very clear. Say, you know, when the government gets into agreement, the point is that, again, you know, you get for watch whether when government sign like an agreement with a political party, whether now that's the framework of the Constitution being envisaged, then they're open to interpretation. Be that as it may, it was not a recommendation. And the point is that when you do some of the agreements here, so you make them report here, so with recommendations, it not really only means papers you take through parliament before government go by them. I think government don't show in commitment for go by the recommendations of this report, by the tripartite report, by even introducing this bill in parliament. But look, you know, when we play politics with national processes like this, sometimes they can get in consequences. When the position become vacant in June last year, the president not just appoints the next month. Someone has been acting in that role for more than 6 months. Really made to know, say, even by HR standards, you know, for acting in a role for more than 6 months. At that point, they get for take a decision whether they make it permanent or they remove you, right? So some people say, oh, you know, he was acting anyway, so for continue for act. How long do you get someone to continue acting? It should not be beyond 6 months. But the point is that the president will rush. So it becomes a question, how long are we going to wait? Let's be honest. You don't follow this process. When the bill was gazetted, some people, not everyone, some people chose to play politics with it. Some people even went as far as calling it a bad bill. Some people went as far as saying resist the bill. When matter of fact, you identify, really I can say, in much of the discussions whether or not between government and APC or members of the public, you really able to identify 4 key proposals inside the which generate controversy. That don't mean say the others have no need for be strengthened, right? One, the search and nominating committee. We don't discuss. That's, you know, government say like, look, there are no bad motive. You can strengthen that together. The threshold system, I just discussed on ISO, right? The PR system, we discuss them. We're discussing it. And then the issue of whether those 2 entrenched provisions can be, we don't talk, so look, you take them out. So you can say there are provisions in the bill who feel say need for be better. That's different from saying it's a bad bill. That's different from saying, in fact, withdraw the bill because you get the wrong view about certain procedures. That's different from saying they are rushing with the bill. So if that's not the narrative, then they rush with the bill. They need for wait. They need for withdraw the bill. Resist the bill. Now the question is, how long does the president wait? When, matter of fact, the president don't state in commitment for make elections be conducted in 2028, and in now no say for make ECSL as an institution not function the way for function, it will affect the timeline. And he doesn't want that. There are a lot of other reforms where need for take place. There are a lot of other reforms we need for be implemented. So how long does the president wait? So really, we been really feel say this bill here so go be something we all go discuss in good faith and then pass them within a short window. But looks like it will take longer than we've been planned. We're still optimistic say once we brothers and sisters in the opposition APC resume their participation in parliament, we will speed up with it. But you not go use this process now for put a hold on existing powers where the constitution the president, and the president gets responsibility for CCA. 1, elections function. 2, they not be the one we become accused of delaying the electoral cycle because they go begin so now because he wants stay, he want get more time. So the president say, let's do this and move on. And then we still remain committed to this bill. We'll get them passed through parliament and then it really inform how we conduct elections that is country going forward. Because the other thing I want to emphasize, Lizzie, is that the tripartite recommendations were never really about just the 2028 elections. They say how we conduct elections in 2028, all future elections. So we talk about tripartite recommendations with for strengthening electoral architecture so that future elections we get in this country will be even more credible and accepted by the people of this country as well.
All right, Honorable, again, 3 more questions for you as we try for roundup. More time now, another thing we successive governments be done or presidents be done. Tijan Kabadwam is it then dethrone 1 year add to the electionary process. Former President Nkrumah, it's a pandemic Ebola add to in time we make 11 years. How you go give confidence to Sierra Leone and say this particular bill here, it go really force presidencies or presidents for make them not add any year, regardless pandemic, dethronement, coup or anything?
Well, so first I think say make some clarification. When former President Kaba being add to in term, it been done in line with the constitution. Because then the country been still in a state of war. There were parts of this country will not be accessible for vote. And the constitution very clear say when we did in that kind of situation, when we did in that kind of emergency situation, you can extend the life of parliament and by extension the life of the presidency by 6 months, but not more than 2 times in that 6 month day. So then the disarmament process they honor this country. So what late President Kaba did was to take this to parliament and a bipartisan, a multi-partisan parliament, we get several parties in parliament, being vote for extend the life of parliament and the life of government by 6 months. And when that 6 months expire, they may get for go back to parliament and renew them. So that night it happened. And then after that, we been get forget elections. We done the disarmament process. We Pakaba been say the war done. Remember the war done 2002, and then we get elections. And the people been get for reward President Kaba and the SLPP resoundingly. I'm not sure if now that apply in the life of the government we come after that.
Now the APC
because,
and its micro.
Yes, because I think you can't say if let us say the elections before take place in the middle of the Ebola epidemic, then you go say we can't conduct elections right now, you extend the life of government. But that's if you get for go parliament. But for make you say, oh, trade Ebola been there, we take 1 year to respond to Ebola, that is part of a job. For respond to an emergency, that is part of your job. So the government was still functioning, and then we moved out of that, and then we didn't have to, we're not being go parliament for extend the life of government. If we extend the life of government, we don't go parliament. and then in Parliament of Orongo say, okay, now there's an emergency in the country, we can conduct elections like we had in 2002. So now that's all make in this constitution, in the new constitution, we won't forget a fixed date for election. That no means say the new constitution will get rid of the provision say in case the country dey in an emergency, you go through Parliament for extend the life of government. That could still lay because we might be faced with that kind of situation in the future. But we want certainty in the electoral cycle in this country. That is why the Cowan Committee, they recommend, and the tripartite committee self-recommend, and government accept. See, make we get a fixed date. And President Biya has been very clear. When this process starts, he is really on record as the only president who don't come out publicly and say, we should take this process to completion. And if anybody tell you, say, we're using this process for get me for stay one day beyond me time, or for get me for stay for extend or get more time, etc., that person, they lie to you. That I do not intend to stay beyond my term, and that 2028, I will not be on the ballot. We will get new candidates from the various political parties or from a young party, get control over what the other parties do, whether they will get new candidates or not. But say from a young party, there will be a new candidate. We will run, and by God power, with the people expressed will, win the election for make the SLPP continue in governance beyond 2028.
All right, Honorable Minister, this will be my last question. We see on social media, you and you, good friend, we now another Honorable Member of Parliament, Timbo, when I go back and forth with regards gazetting, he reply you on social, he write you on social media, you reply on social media. Is that the new norm now for like the reply to messages or correspondence now social media?
Well, out of respect for Unity Broadcasting and the general public, I go make brief comments on the issue there or the subject, because I really been on decide say I know I'm for engage on that issue again. Okay. Because the Honorable Member of Parliament know me in Tokam Naya, so I know the campus where I be. I think when it moved the discussion beyond a particular threshold, it take them outside the realm of the very good debate where we be non begin get, where members of the public been they really enjoy. So for make I been for respond beyond that, before be disappointing to the people where be non really begin enjoy how healthy that engagement was, and which is really what I wanted, because I feel say then discussions here, so even when we disagree, then for enrich public education on elections, then for enrich people in perspectives about how government and the opposition they engage. I still hope say the door not closed on such constructive engagement, because really we all love this country, so we all just choose for manifest that love through different vehicles, right? Yes, the Honorable Member of Parliament been write me. Really, I received the letter on a Monday. No, the letter came to my office on a Monday. I think I saw it on Tuesday when I had to go through my mails, and then I watched, I go respond to the Honorable Member, because I respect. I don't really feel the letter for being directed at me, because when it comes to procedure in Parliament, Parliament they regulate itself. When it comes to gazetting, not to my office they send the bill to government printer, and then government printer is responsible for gazette. So I really feel say now one of them two-sided day. If I don't draft the letter, if I don't direct the letter, sorry, but I can understand it's political season. I really feel say, with all respect to the Honorable Member, I feel say doing that debate it being really get more political mileage than he don't get throughout the campaign for the flag bearership. So I have the plan for respond to that letter day, out of respect for him. And then on Thursday morning, he came to me attention saying he don't post the letter on social media and tag me. If he been just post them and not tag me, I know they even come to the discussion. But when he tag me, I respond to the letter. But I indicate say me know they post me own response on social media. But all what I did was that I take what I received from government printer for notices of the Gazette as well as the bills as gazetted. One dated the 24th of December and the other one dated the 2nd of January. 9 days apart. So I post Sunday, but I send the letter to Ram and copy different people. I don't know which of the people where I copy or whether or not the Honorable Self post the letter on social media, but not to me post the letter on social media because I make a commitment say I will not post the letter on social media. And so I clarify. But really, if not me, na Honorable Member of Parliament, we know the law. Before my party even take part in the reading of the bill the first time, I go ask, I go do due diligence and ask questions as to whether it don't be gazetted the second time. In certain democracies, when you don't do that, and then the bill is read the first time, and then after the fact, now you want to come out and ask whether they been gazetted before they read them, your constituents are going to ask you questions. Where were you? Where were you? Why you not check? Why you not do due diligence at that time? Once the bill is now laid in Parliament or read the first time, it's no longer in my custody. Now, na Parliament, I am now a participant in this process. The bill now belongs to Parliament. But then, like I say, if me, being the Parliament, are so concerned about that issue there, for example, when the Honourable Member been so concerned about including non-entrenched provisions in this bill, erase them. And then we discuss them. And then we take a position. If you been do due diligence, you go no say, then gazette them the second time, or they not gazette them the second time. But you know, be that as it may, it's political season. And then I think, see, the part of it will being a bit, for lack of a better word, disappointing. Now, after they asked me for favorable copies, and I did, now it come and say, this is forgery. So one, I don't work for government printers, but two, the Honourable Member of Parliament know me very well. We get a long history. There's an incident to come publicly. I can say, whether not before me or be me, able vouch for me. See, Alpha say, the person who I don't know all these years, not go take part in forgery. For me also, when you accuse me of treason, I think you don't take them too far. I don't go and respond to that. But when at the quote constitution, I think it's also good for quote am right. Because when you say the constitution say if you amend the constitution without due process or following procedure, not treason, that is not the right reading of the constitution. Because the constitution actually say anybody will seek for amend or alter this constitution without the authority of Parliament. You know, there's no line there like without procedure or this, so the Gazette, if you apply. Without the authority of Parliament. that then will be treason. For me, just by taking the bill to Parliament, by doing the first reading, but even the privilege means we are doing it by the authority of Parliament. If Parliament votes them down, then the bill not pass. If Parliament votes them up, then it pass. So that we are taking part in the parliamentary process means no one is trying to alter the constitution without the authority of Parliament. That is what the constitution says. I think it's also good that when we get them public engagement here soon, make we try in a country who say there's a huge trust deficit between public and certain institutions or sometimes government, right? We work for closer trust deficit, and this is not APC, SLPP problem or what have you. So we're working for make sure say we close this trust deficit. When you misinterpret the law and then paint somebody where say no go do certain things as though they have done this thing for change a document as sacred as a constitution, we people they look up to, and then where they really influence how we conduct elections in this country, you're basically exposing that person we call you friend to threat, to security threat. And so for me, once it go beyond that threshold, I watch say we don't disappoint the public, and a lot of we own people we really been to find this healthy debate here so useful and been to point to them as an example of how we for disagree. I don't feel say the door is closed. I feel say me, I'm open to having these engagements in a respectful way, in a way we tell people the truth, in a way we enrich the public discourse. Because as I like for say, at the end of the day, we all really like this country so it's just that we all choose to manifest this love so through different vehicles. But we will be fine, and we will make sure say at the end of the day, this work so now for the people of this country so we did one.
All right, the work now for the people of the country we did one as said by the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. In name na Honorable Alpha Sise, idea for talk about the Constitution. Plenty thank you to Ram for honor this invitation. Plenty text messages then coming from the phone line, from the Facebook page, the whole lot. I will just read two for the honorable member so that he go able for reply to her. How does the Constitutional Amendment 2025 relates to the recommendations of the Constitutional Review Committee? Looks good. Mr. Sierra Leonean believe that updating the Constitution will help align national governance with contemporary democratic standard. And Justina say, amazing. We also recognize that constitutional amendments require careful legal security and broad consultation. And the Ministry of Justice plays a central role in ensuring this process is lawful and transparent. The message then to Boku, if I say I read time go beat we Honorable Minister, waiting you go tell Sierra Leone as your last word if you need for reply to any message worried.
Well, first I like the interest, the excitement with among members of the public. It really shows that people follow this process, people engage with them. And people want, a constitution where they serve their needs one way they go on. As I own. Somebody reference, first comment, I don't talk about that. The history of this process now inform the current stage at which we're there. And, others in comment now for say, yes, we want a constitution where they reflect the current realities as a country. We can look for say the history. From which we come out, who draft the 1991 constitution, a history of a one-party constitution of 1978, a one-party state, a one-party dictatorship. Now that we transition from. Now a lot don't happen around the world. Now we country, We get a youthful population, over 70% of the country population, people in within below 35. A lot of them not been unborn with this constitution come. A lot of them, in just they come to this world at the time with this constitution come. And so the young contemporary realities, they will say, not don't be reflected. Last time we go Cambodia, I've been like the fact that now within one young person say, so we want a constitution where we own generation go on, and we will reflect, we own reality as young people. That now within the new constitution they seek for do. That is why we really, they say, now constitution they put governance in the hands of the people. Now constitution where they strengthen service delivery. Now constitution where they strengthen the enjoyment of rights of the people of this collection also. So we're glad that people go on. We're glad that people are excited. I know when we've been doing survey at this country, we see people excited for column a new and improved constitution because they feel say it will make their lives better. And that is why we see when a new constitution come and make education a right to justiciable, again for make people's lives better. When a new constitution come, we make health a right to the people, it make people's lives better. When a new constitution come, where they invest in decentralization, it make people's lives better. When a new constitution come, where they give it a new chapter on citizenship, and where they put inside the constitution, see, the way we man they pass citizenship, and so woman self for able pass citizenship, that's putting rights in the hands of people. When a new constitution come, we talk about what natural resources then look like, within development for look like, that's responding to the needs of people. When the new constitution come, we strengthen the justice delivery process, that is providing services to the people. So this is really people-centered, where make people remain engaged, make we take this process forward, make we own them as a country, and that is why we say the slogan for this new constitution, now simply for make we say, now we constitution, it is our constitution. Thank you very much for the opportunity for the NASO this morning. And I look forward for the year again.
In name na Honorable Alpha Sise, na the Anthony General and Minister of Justice. Plenty thank you to una we join the conversation. The one we send a text message. Apologies one not going to read all because them boku, of course. Now the official phone line are not going to read them because we need for give time to Honorable Minister for make you go back to work as Edom already 9:30. So una, we not send tomorrow is your Monday is your day. We'll be right back on the same seat on Monday with an exciting, happy International Women's Day. Women supporting another woman. We will do that. So we producer Suleiman Best Jallo. Plenty thank you for this program with studio engineer and all the one that we make this possible. David Harding, Alfred Pewa, and Marie. Congratulations. My name is Elizabeth Kefugembe.
Unity Broadcasting Television don't come for unify, sensitize, inform salon people home and abroad. Broadcasting TV don't come. Development now we country unify, sensitize and inform we all. Development now we nation salon. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come. Development now we country unify, sensitize and inform we all. Development now we nation salon. We now independent media house. We dey here for unify, sensitize and inform. Sierra Leoneans home and abroad.